Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nobody's Listening, the podcast that nobody's listening to. Today, I am joined by Nate.
Hola!
And possibly my brother Frank.
Good words, huh?
I don't know if he'll be in or not, because he's having some technical difficulties, and it's getting kind of late, so we just want to get this started. Nate?
I did some math, and so far, you and I have been the ones constant in this, primarily because you're the only one with editing software, so we got to record on your thing. And so you're a given, and me, I don't know.
You're literally in every episode.
Yeah. Alright, sorry, you were going to say something before I interrupted you.
Anybody who does listen, Photoshop a picture of me and Nate as parents holding a baby with like a nobody's listening for thumbnail for a face.
I'm curious to see what that would look like. I'm actually
I'm too lazy to put in the work.
Well, that's both our buddy. So, we talked about some topics, and today I want to go on a little bit of my turn to go on a rant.
Hooray.
Gaming community as a whole has a nice little thing called... Let's put it this way. In gaming, I like to separate people into three categories. There are those of us that help the other players in any way they can, or, someone says, oh, do this. All right, no problem. They go for the win, not necessarily how good they are. That's pretty much how I play. I may not be the best player out there, but I do everything I can to get that W by listening to other people. Then you got those people that do their own little thing, that go off on their own, lone wolf sort of deal, that are really good by themselves and whatnot, and don't really need any people's help. Then you've got a third group that I don't like to put in, and they're essentially, for lack of better terms, they're assholes. These are people that will just be like, oh, get wrecked, scrub, when they won by 1 point. Or they'll call you an asshat or a loser when they've done nothing the entire game. These are the people that talk first and have no way to back it up.
I'll come to your house and fuck your mom.
Yeah, and meanwhile they're on the bottom of the team, like bombing the entire lobby. One very notable one is League of Legends. I haven't played League of Legends in a long time, but it was very, very, very toxic.
I've never played it.
It's fun. It's a really fun game, don't get me wrong, but it is quite toxic. Last night, Duo, Duo, and I were playing Rocket League. And this kid was just, we were playing against a Rocketeer, and then this other kid who had no title. And we would only lose by 1 point. We'd lose by 1 point, and it was always within the last couple seconds of the game. And it was just, I won't say it was some bullshit, but it was like our defense broke down, we had a mental lapse or something. And the kid was just like, oh, you guys suck, you're trash. Meanwhile, his buddy scored 4 points, Duo was scored 3, I'd score 1 or 2, and the kid would be like 0. That'd be it. And the kid was just like, oh, you're trash, get wrecked.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I was like, dude, no, you did nothing. You have no room to talk. If that Rocketeer guy just utterly destroyed us, I'm talking 25-0, and he goes, get wrecked, I'd be like, yeah, no, you have room to talk. But if you don't do shit in the game, shut your gob hole. Alright? I'm okay with trash talking. I'm alright with it. Things get heated. Things get said. I'm okay with this. But when you're doing absolute jack dilly squat, shut your mouth.
It's like me playing Rocket League and just fucking pestering the other team the entire time.
When you play, I love playing Rocket League with you because you can't. Well, you're not good at scoring, but you're good at being a body in the way.
I'm actually nowhere near anything ever. I'm always stuck on the roof or in somebody's goal somehow.
I'm still trying to figure out how the one time you were up on the roof for a solid 30 seconds. I was like, how I saw you up there. I'm like, how the what?
And I'm I can't get down.
I was like, what the? How did you even get up there?
Because what I do is I button, accelerate, boost, and I can't control it, so I just end up in places.
But these games are fun, and I get there are a few And here's another thing. A lot of games have a competitive side and a casual side. A lot of games, League of Legends, has a ranked system. You can either go ranked or you can go unranked. League of Legends, competitive, exhibition. There's a lot of stuff like that. If you're in casual or like the unranked aspect of it, don't be treating it like you're going to be going pro. If you're in ranked, you can treat it like you're going pro because it is a ranked game. It is a win or lose. It is you will be pushed up in the rankings or you will be pushed down in the rankings. I get that. You want to start throwing F-bombs and say, God, why do you suck so much? Like, come on. And even then, I still get it. But if you're in casual play, it's all for the fun of the game. It's all just to have a grand old time. It's all like, hey, let me see if I can do a quadruple backflip and kick it with my back tire while boosting the entire time in Rocket League. Or, hey, let me waste my ult, see if I can hit this guy across the map.
Let's all spin around in a circle inside the goal on our backs.
Upside down. Exactly. I would never do that in competitive play. Another thing, though, about
that other team was like, what the fuck are we playing against?
Hey, we were whooping their butts, so...
They probably got pissed off that you guys did that thing.
Well, Ethan and I just was like, when Ethan and I start like when we are getting way ahead, and especially when we're playing with duo, Ethan and I will just say half the time we'll just say screw it and let duo do his own thing because duo has a habit of just doing everything himself.
He also like zones out and gets super like.
He does. I love duo. Don't get me wrong.
You didn't see. They can't see me, so they didn't know what I did.
Yeah,
but,
the very focused hand. Yeah, but like, I love duo. Don't get me wrong, but it's super. He gets super intense, and you can hear him play. Like when he goes after like a block, you can hear him go, ah, like he's grunting, like he's trying to hit the ball himself. I'm like, duo, I'm not trying to smack it. It's a game. You don't need the grunt.
I do that.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
Even though I'm like 5 miles away from the ball, I'm like,
just drop. I don't know. All I'm saying is this. It boils down to this. When gaming, show respect. If you are given none back, by all means, tear them asunder. If you're playing competitive, treat it as competitive. Okay? I mean, don't be going around saying, you suck ass, why are you so bad? Perhaps offer some constructive criticism, like, hey, instead of going guns blazing, why don't you sit back a bit and try to pick them off? Or, hey, instead of coming at the ball from that angle, try circling around real quick. Stuff like that. If you're in casual play, have fun. Games were made to have fun. Yeah, sure, they've evolved since then, but games are originally meant to have fun. You're supposed to have fun with friends, meet new people, have a grand time. They've evolved into much more than that of art forms, and I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. Holy hell, that game is awesome. It's one of the very first Metal Gear Solid games I've played, and it is glorious. You've got the Final Fantasy game that just came out, which looks ungodly awesome. You've got The Last of Us, which came out when the PS4 first dropped. That game is gorgeous. The storytelling is amazing.
It actually came out a little bit before that because they remastered it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was remastered. I'm sorry. You're right. No, it came out during the PS3 era and it was remastered for the PS4. No, you were right. And then you have games like Death Stranding coming out, The Last of Us 2, Last Guardian, Horizon Dawn, I think is what it's called. All these games, even Call of Duty, has amazing graphics and amazing storytelling.
But Call of Duty is also one of those that can have a super toxic community. Exactly. Not all the time, but it's one of those things as it can. The main one that the main one that is most infamous for it is the League of Legends. Like I said, I'm not knocking any League of Legends players, not at all. I enjoy League of Legends. I honestly do. I just don't like playing with random people. I like playing with my friends and people that I know
that'll give me constructive criticism. If I screw up or if I do something completely stupid, aren't afraid to call me an asshat and then tell me, hey, don't do that next time, do this instead. You know?
Instead of saying, oh, you fucking scrub, why the fuck did you do that?
And then go AFK because they're a little turd waffle. You know?
Waffle.
Or you don't pick the right champion or you pick a wrong champion and they decide to be like, you know what, have a little hissy fit. You know? I don't know. Like I said, it's gaming. If you want to be a competitive gamer, by all means, go for it. If it's your dream, right on. You can do it. Awesome. But be respectful. Be humble about it all. You know? This is something that, like I said, is meant to have fun. Like, when I play baseball, I love sports. I played baseball all throughout high school. Alright? Yeah, when one of my friends messed up on a play, like, dude, you suck. Do this instead. Like, you know, it was all jokey and we had fun and, you know, like that. Was it upset I lost when I lost? Of course. Did I have super excitement when I won? Hell yeah. But whenever I play games competitively, I treat it like that. I treat it like an actual achievement.
See, the thing with me is I don't like playing competitively with a lot of stuff because I'm not what you would call, air quotes, good at games. Like, I have my own skill level, I feel, and, like, the most competitive I've ever gotten in anything is I built some competitive teams in Pokemon and still got wrecked. Mm-hmm. But that's, like, the most competitive I've ever gotten in anything. Like, even, like, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I used to think I was really good at Dragon Ball games until I started playing online with people.
It's like, yeah, I'm good at this. I'm gonna go competitive. I'm gonna go to competitive, and wow, I can't do anything. My hands are like he's just beating me senseless left and right. Ethan and I, we used to do a on that MLG. There's like an MLG website where you can register a team and go with different seasons of different games. We did Rocket League and we did Rainbow Six Siege. We were known as the Red Rocket Leaguers.
I get it.
And the Rainbow Six Siegecorns, which all of them had, or both of them at the time had pictures. In the Red Rocket Leaguers was the Rocket League, 2 Rocket League cards. It was the Roadhog and another one, and with essentially the ball in the middle and then, well, penises. And the Rainbow Siegecorns was essentially a like vested up unicorn with a SMG and was like all swatted out. Anyway, I told you those because they were funny. But we would do stuff like that. And even in competitive, we would still have fun. We still laugh. We still did stupid things. In one competitive match, Ethan, in Rainbow Six Siege, you can bust through walls and create lines of sight. Ethan busted through a wall that I was sitting next to, watching a door when we were defending, and he scared me, and I just whipped around, like, I thought it was an enemy. I whipped around, I shot one bullet, and I headshotted him, and he died. And he was like, dude! I'm like, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. He goes, pay attention next time. But really, nice shot. Like, he goes, that was impressive. Like, it was just boom, boom. I'm like, I'm bad, my bad. You startled me.
It always helps when you have good friends to play with.
Yeah, I love playing with Ethan. I love playing games with Duo and Ethan and you and my friends Kyle and Ginge and Pogue and all of them. Because they understand, for the most part, they understand it is a game. We are here to have fun, and we do have fun. So it is, and like you said with the Pokemon thing, I tried to do that, and it was just, I never got it. Like, I never got the initial setup, because the way I do it is it's like, oh, here's all my favorite Pokemon, you know, let's see how it goes. And when I first played Gold, it was like my starter would be like level 70 or 80, and all my other Pokemon would be like 32. Like, I have a Pokemon with Cut just because I had Cut,
yep.
Fly because Fly, Surf because I had Surf, and then that was it. And then I had one that had Hypnosis in case I wanted to catch a Pokemon, and then I had another one that I was either leveling up or I just liked because it was cool. It was usually, I kid you not, this is usually how it went. In Pokemon Gold, it was Typhlosion, a Pidgeotto, the red Gyarados, Sudowoodo, Haunter, because I caught a Ghastly and leveled him up, and then Togepi. That was my team the entire time. And if I started a game over, it was Feraligatr.
And that was actually a very nice segue, because we're going to start talking some Pokemon. Because here on my Dibblerulez channel, it is Pokecember, where I try to stick to Pokemon-related videos for the month of December, if none of you are already aware. Like how you were saying you needed the HM people and all that, I love Sun and Moon for the simple fact they don't need that anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it makes me wonder, because we don't need all that stuff, but like Surf itself was a powerful move. Fly itself was a powerful move.
The moves are still in the game as TMs, no longer HMs.
Oh, okay. So wait, HMs are the ones you can use for anyone over and over. Like
no, HMs are the ones that you teach, and you can't delete them, and they're stuck on that Pokemon forever. So
no. I meant like when you go into your bag.
Oh HMs, no, they all do that now.
Oh, they all do it. So there
is. I think it was Black and White that started doing that.
Okay, where HMs and TMs are
reusable.
Okay, because I remember TMs you had to have, like, if you had one, I think it was like Hidden Power or something. You could only put, if you only had one, you could only put on one Pokemon. If you had two, you could put on two different Pokemons.
Yep.
But it was a consumable, not so much a permanent.
Right now, and now there's one for. So like, they did it for competitive play mainly. They're actually a lot of like the inner game mechanics that we don't really know or care about happen because of fucking competitive play. For instance, there's a whole new thing called hyper training that's for your IVs, individual values, and the individual values are like what make your stats as high. Like you can have 31 IVs in any stat, and if you have 31 in all your stats, those stats are going to be amazing, making that Pokemon pretty powerful. The EVs, effort values. Stop me if you get lost, by the way.
I am very lost. What the hell are EVs and IVs? Like, I got lost when they started introducing, like, that adamant and calm and bullshit. I was just like...
Oh, the natures.
I'm like, yeah, the natures. I'm like,
I don't fully understand...
What is all this?
I don't fully understand natures myself. A lot of times when I'm building a competitive team, I look up what the basic build usually is, and I base it on that. I don't always use the exact build. I base them. So, like... best builds for stats anyway, they'll give you the nature that you want, the individual values that you want, the IVs, and usually you want 6 IVs anyway. You want 31 IVs, 31 in every single stat, so those stats are the best they can be. And then effort values,
the very best,
right?
No one ever was,
basically. And then the EVs, the effort values, are you get 508 altogether.
Okay.
The max in one stat you can have is 252.
Okay.
So, let's say you want a Pokemon that's good in attack and speed, and like a little bit.
Oh, okay. So pretty much what EVs are essentially is you throw them into like attack, defense, special attack, and stuff like that, and like health, and it boosts that stat. So if you have 252 in attack, it's going to have a really high attack, but its other attributes are going to suffer because it has that much.
Right. So you know how when you level up, it shows you how much each stat increases?
Yeah, like shows the previous, and it goes like
EVs
+1,
are what
+2,
determine how much that stat increases.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can throw a bunch of stuff into attack, and then when you level up, it'll say, like, instead of going up normally by like 5 or 6, it would go up by like 9 or 10.
Well, usually they only go up 1 or 2, so they'll go up 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's not hard to understand, it's hard to execute.
It's okay. It's not so okay. It's easier said done in practice than it is, or in theory than it is in practice.
Yes, in X and Y, it was actually very simple. They had a thing called super training. It was on the bottom screen, and you'd put your Pokemon in. and you choose the training the training course you wanted to go into, and there was like one for attack, one for HP, one for defense, one for like every single stat, and every time you completed one of the training courses, you get a certain number of EVs in that stat. And that was the easiest way to do it. They took that away in Sun and Moon and replaced it with something in Pokepelago, and I don't fully understand it yet, so I'm not even going to try to explain it. But I know there's you have 4 islands on Pokepelago. You have the island where you get beans, and that's like your farming island that you're going to want like to check all the time. You have this island where you grow berries, which is also a very useful island. They're actually all pretty useful. The third island is called Isle Level Up, and also they each have 3 stages, and of course the
rewards stage for more yield.
Yeah, the rewards for each stage get better as you level it up. So with Level Up, you get it's like a training one. It's either you can train them to level them up, or you can put them in to do EVs.
So it's like a daycare or a specific daycare, essentially.
And it's your boxed Pokemon. Yep.
So I could throw in, say I caught a Pikachu that was a low level, or like a Pokemon that I wanted that's just a low level. I'm like, well, I don't really want them on my team because I have to use them and switch them out and blah 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 and this and that. I can just throw them onto the Pokepella, the level up thing, and it'll. I think that's some shit.
You have to put it into the island, select the thing called Level Up drink. There's a drink called Level Up, and then a drink for every stat. And of course, every stat ones are for EVs. And yes. I don't fully understand how many you get for each time or whatever. But then you select how many the fuck is it called? Like, times they're going to be training. And you can choose up to 99 times, and that'll give you, like, 48 hours. And they'll train for 48 hours, and with the Level Up drink, on, I think, the 3rd level, they gain about... Hey, my brother joined. Hey, Frank.
Hey Frank.
Maybe.
Anyway.
They gain, like, 300 experience every so often. I don't know the exact time, so every so often. But you can also add... This is why the first Beans Island is very important. You can add beans to make the time go faster. It's very interesting. And the final, before I finish this, the final island is like a hot spring where you can put eggs in there to hatch, so you don't have to walk around with eggs all the time. They do take a long time though, so it's still probably quicker to walk around. You can put Pokemon that need to be friendly to evolve in there, and they'll gain the happiness. It's very useful. I actually really enjoy that feature. And Frank's gone.
Hi, Frank. Bye, Frank. So it all seems very. I won't say simple, but
of course. Go ahead.
I was gonna say with the level up. So you use the beans not the beans. The beans to. Right. I'm sorry. Do you make your own the drinks then, or do you purchase them?
No, the drinks are readily available.
Oh, so it's an
as soon as you put a Pokemon in there, he goes, okay, what drink would you like them to have? And you select the drink. The Isle of Beans is what it's called. As you level it up, produces more beans per day. And on average, I can get maybe up to 200 beans a day. And I have almost all the islands all the way leveled up. And I did the berry island last because I don't give a crap about berries. But, like I said, it's a very useful feature. I really do like the Pokepelago is what it's called. And you'll unlock it on the 2nd island, I believe.
It seems very useful because I'm still on the first one.
And when you, what was I going to say? Oh, if you need any more information on IVs or EVs, it's easily available on Cerebi.net or Bulbapedia. Smogon is a site dedicated to competitive builds and things like that. Smogon's really useful. That's what I use when I'm building my competitive.
There was one that it's called like "Don't Fuckle with Shuckle."
Okay, then I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, 1 second. It's "Don't Fuckle with Shuckle," and it's like it actually like tells you what to do and like how to build the Shuckle to be basically a badass. And then there's one where there's a fear method for a Rattata, where a level 1 Rattata can beat a level 100 anything.
Oh, that's neat.
What is this? Alright, this is the Don't Fuckle with Shuckle. Right, according to Reddit user Stacks493. It's 3 years ago. Level 100, Shuckle can potentially deal the most damage in a single attack through the use of numerous stat boosters by using Helping Hand by 2 different Pokemon in a triple battle, holding the Metronome, Power Trick, and Skill Swap to Pure Power 6 attack. Dear God, so like you just start steamrolling things. Like, how
it
do
can
you
be
remember
very.
all that?
Sometimes it can be very convoluted and complicated sounding. A lot of the builds that you see sometimes don't even make sense. You're like, well, why would you use that for that? Because this stat and that stat. And I'm like, ugh. I like to use Pokemon that nobody uses in a lot of my competitive builds, which makes me suffer because nobody uses them. Therefore, that means there's no good build for them, and that's why they're not used.
It's the meta, is essentially. It's like when I play League of Legends, I do a support Pantheon. And I know if there's any League of Legends players listening to this, they're like, why do you use Pantheon on support? And my thing is because it has everything a good support has. It has bullies, it has a basic burst, it has a quick shot, it has a stun, and it has a gank ability to get in and out of hard spots. So throwing Pokemon no one's ever seen in is difficult, but at the same time, once you get it right, it basically, it makes it way better.
Somebody won the World Championships with a Gen 4 Pikachu clone named Pachirisu. It took a Draco Meteor attack, ate a Citrus Berry, and killed the opposing Pokemon.
Jesus Christ.
And that's how he won. It was amazing. I think that's how he won. If anybody listens and knows the actual story, correct me if I'm wrong. And then, later that year, as a mystery gift, they gave out that Pachirisu's build. Yeah.
Alright, so essentially, here's the Rattata fear method. Step 1. Have the right moves. You need to get a male and a female Rattata and have both of them learn Quick Attack and Endeavor. Okay? Number 2. Breed the 2 Rattatas at a daycare center and hatch the egg. This will give you a Quick Attack and Endeavor on a level 1 Pokemon. Obtain the Focus Sash. Okay? This essentially makes it to where if it goes to 1 HP, the Focus Sash breaks and it doesn't faint.
Also, you're locked into one attack.
Yes. Battle something higher. Switch the Rattata back into battle. Do it when Pokemon faints or when they use a non-damaging move, Baton Pass or something like that. Have Rattata use Endeavor when Rattata's HP is 1. Okay, this will bring their health down to 1. Immediately use Quick Attack. Quick Attack will give you the first move, and you'll hit them for the 1 HP no matter how high of level, and they'll die. I like to think of this little tiny Rattata going up against, like, Rayquaza. just like Rayquaza is just like, Hyper Brain! Blows it all to hell, and it's just like, its scarf fades away, and it just does like Quick Attack and like hits Rayquaza, or does Endeavor, and then does Quick Attack, and then hits Rayquaza's big toe, and it dies. Like
he goes pooh, and his face is all like smushed and.
Exactly. And Rayquaza just like, you have bested me, and dies. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. Some of, like I said, if you use new things, things that people haven't seen before, especially in like competitive things like Pokemon or League of Legends or whatever, it you'll get lucky with some people because you're like, oh, I don't know how to do or go against this, but it's also going to be difficult because you got to figure out what actually works. Because you can either get to where it's good, where you're just steamrolling over everyone, or you don't get the mix right and you're just getting just your face pounded in over and over.
My younger sister used to lose to me literally every time we battled because she wasn't. I had more of an idea how to create teams back then. For whatever reason, in the last 2 generations of Pokemon, she's gotten insanely good at the game and has beaten me 4 times.
You're agitated by this.
Out of 4 battles, I have not beaten her once yet in Sun and Moon.
You are very agitated by this.
I cannot wait for Pokemon Bank to come out in January for Sun and Moon, so I can start putting some of my competitive stuff over into Sun and Moon and kicking asses.
Asses.
But hey, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Now that we're at this half-hour bullshit, it's going to take a little time to get used to because we just like to ramble on. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us today. Be sure to check out some of the Pokecember stuff we have. Nate joined me in a video recently that might be in a little bit of trouble, but don't worry about it. Check it out either way. I'm also doing a 31-day Pokemon challenge here on the channel, where every day I list one of my favorite Pokemon. I would like to have the other guys do it as well, if they would like to, but that's extra editing, and maybe next year. Or maybe we'll do something else for a different month. Who knows? It's all up in the air, and we will talk to you next week.
I want to leave with one fact real quick. This is a gaming fact. This is 50 epic video game facts that you may not have known about. This is from Super Mario Brothers. Okay? According to the Super Mario Bros. Instruction book that came with the game, when the Koopas first invaded the Mushroom Kingdom, they turned its people into blocks. Think how many blocks you've broken in Super Mario Brothers.
That's a bunch of dead toads.
That's a bunch of dead people. Yes.
Well, see, the people of the Mushroom Kingdom are all toads.
True enough. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
See you later. No, not that. Fuck.